Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Mehmet Tulbek. I'm the president of the Saskatchewan Food Industry Development Center. Saskatchewan Food Industry Development Center has been established as a not-for-profit incorporation back in 1997 to lead the innovation and evolution of the Saskatchewan agri-food industry. We are a contract research, contract manufacturing organization as an incubator as well. And since our inception, the center has established a reputable role in the food industry, having helped several clients from all over the world develop, produce, and commercialize their products and innovations into the food industry. So from idea to have the final product, the Food Center leverages its diverse expertise and a one-stop shop approach to support clients through all aspects of the project lifecycle. It's my pleasure today, Ms. Emily Nicol will be presenting our webinar, primarily talking about navigating the food industry. And Emily will be providing an overview of the Food Center's capabilities and expertise, as well as a discussion on how the center supports its clients with project initiation, with customized pathfinding services, as well as access to funding opportunities. So with that, I'd like to introduce Ms. Emily Nicol to you. Emily is our business development specialist and also product development coordinator at the Saskatchewan Food Industry Development Center. Emily holds a Bachelor's of Science in Agriculture with emphasis on food and bioproduct sciences and a certificate in business from the University of Saskatchewan. During her time in the industry, Emily has focused on food processing and manufacturing with experience in research and development, project management, regulatory compliance, and business development. Growing up in rural Saskatchewan, Emily has always had an appreciation for the agri-food industry and is passionate about supporting the sector's innovation. So without further ado, I'd like to leave the screen to Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Thanks, Mehmet. Thanks for the introduction, and thank you to everybody who's joining us today. So as Mehmet mentioned, I am the business development specialist here at Saskatchewan Food Center. Most of my role is centered around supporting clients with initial inquiries, fielding their project inquiries, determining how we can help them, if we can't, finding paths to them, pathfinding services for them to help find who can help them, and then assisting with potential funding opportunities. So my next slide here. So on the agenda today, I'm going to cover an overview of the Saskatchewan Food Center, who we are, what we do in the industry, our facilities or expertise, any services that we have that are available to you. We'll then discuss how to initiate projects with the Food Center, what the initiation looks like, what you can expect as a client working with us at the Saskatchewan Food Center, and then a brief discussion on the available funding opportunities in the industry. Before we finish up, we'll have a quick Q&A period, and that will be at the end of it this morning. So, as Mehmet mentioned, the Saskatchewan Food Center was established in 1997 as a nonprofit. We were established with the goal of providing innovation to the agri-food sector. We are located in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We have a strong focus on utilizing our locally grown crops, meats, and locally manufactured ingredients. As we do have such great access to these local inputs, we have had a very, we really established ourselves as experts in plant-based proteins over the last several years. We have over 60 full-time employees at the Saskatchewan Food Center, all with their own diverse expertise and specialized skills, here to help you with your projects. A few examples of the types of staff that we do employ would be food scientists, culinary experts, technicians, process engineers, operational and manufacturing experts, as well as food safety specialists. So we play a few different roles in the industry. First and foremost, we help expand and drive innovation. We utilize many different Saskatchewan inputs to develop and process innovative agri-food products. We support entrepreneurs. So the Saskatchewan Food Center provides access to highly qualified personnel, various equipment. We have over 300 pieces of equipment at our use, and an expertise that allow entrepreneurs to access the market with reduced capital risk at a fairly quick pace. We also support the industry's ecosystem. We help with commercialization of new technology, research, and then ongoing development. Though we are located in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, we actually support clients from all across Canada and all over the world. These companies can range in various sizes and types of companies. We support entrepreneurs who are just starting on their business journey, who just have an idea in mind and not really sure where to go next. We support startups who are a little bit more established, small and medium-sized companies, as well as Fortune 500 companies. As we mentioned, Saskatchewan is a hub for ingredient manufacturing as well as innovation, and that brings a lot of attention to the province. Not only do we have access to a variety of specialty crops and novel ingredient manufacturers at our use, we are also surrounded by strategic innovators and organizations that we are thrilled to collaborate with. Examples of these would be like the Saskatchewan University of Saskatchewan, Sask Polytech, Equus Bio, GAP, and various other organizations, ingredient manufacturers, as well as entrepreneurs and startups that are really adding to the industry. So we have 3 facilities that are all located across the city of Saskatoon. The pilot plant facility, which is kind of where it all began for us. This was our very first facility. This facility is located on the University of Saskatchewan campus. The pilot plant is kind of as it's named. It's our pilot plant. It's where we scale up products before hitting commercial production volumes. The Agri-Food Innovation Center. This is our main office. It was built in 2016. It hosts majority of our services, our product development kitchen, our various laboratories, our extrusion center, commercial manufacturing, and then our rented incubation suites. So the Advanced Food Ingredient Center is our newest built facility. It is not yet fully commissioned, but it is very close. This is just down the street from our Agri-Food Innovation Center. This houses our fermentation and downstream processing equipment, as well as our spray dryer. Both the pilot plant and the Agri-Food Innovation Center are certified facilities. So for example, if you were looking to produce an extruded puff, a condiment, or a jam, or some kind of food product, this would mean that you could sell your products across Canada and the United States as they are produced at those facilities. The Advanced Food Ingredient Center is still finalizing commissioning, so it is not fully certified yet. Certification is in progress, and it will come as we finalize commissioning. So there are 12 core services that we provide at the Saskatchewan Food Center. I'll get more in depth of each of these in the coming slides, but just to give you a very broad overview of what we do and how it's all connected, this kind of gives that. So the product development program, the ingredient innovation program, co-manufacturing and interim processing, extrusion, commercial manufacturing, incubation suites, engineering and process authority services, fermentation, bioengineering, food crop quality program, food safety training and skills development, food inspection services, feed or female entrepreneurs and agri-food development program, the product development program, which is a funding program we'll discuss later, and then customized pathfinding services. So the product development department is where most projects begin with clients. If you have a product idea, current product that you'd like to commercialize, or need help with troubleshooting your current formulation, this team is here to support you. This is a team of food scientists and culinary experts who are skilled in creating innovative food products, fine-tuning, troubleshooting your formulations, and then helping with all the background details required to scale your product from idea to commercialization. So they assist with packaging evaluation, shelf life, sensory evaluations, and then all of the regulatory requirements to get you to that final step. So they help with developing a nutritional facts table, reviewing your label against regulatory compliance, and then any required testing that you may need. So the ingredient innovation team helps to assess and solve technical problems by evaluating processes and providing science-based solutions for food ingredients. This team will help evaluate your processing conditions, assess ingredient functionality, and then product characteristics. They also support clients with ingredient modification, determining proper utilization of ingredients, or help ideating potential applications for your ingredient profile. In this case, they work pretty closely with our product development team to even create those prototypes for you. So this department also has expertise in dry and wet fractionation, purification, extraction, and then determining uses to utilize processing byproducts. So co-manufacturing and interim processing. Our staff will help ensure your product ideas can easily transition from ideation and benchtop prototype to commercial production. We consider how easily your product can scale throughout the entire process. So a few examples of the types of products that we have processing expertise in would be meat processing. So thinking about jerkies, sausage, bacon, burgers, smoked products. Vegan meat alternatives, so thinking about plant-based nuggets, texturized protein, snack foods, protein bars, puff snacks, puddings, hummus, anything like that. Condiments, so sauces, jams, jellies, beverages, dairy products, so ice cream, yogurt, non-dairy alternatives, so plant-based milk or cheese, fruit value add, and then ready-to-eat products. So we have extensive experience in utilizing extrusion to develop food products, utilizing both local and novel food ingredients. At the Saskatchewan Food Center, we actually have 5 different extruders, 4 twin screw and 1 single. A few examples of the types of products that we have expertise in creating would be plant-based meat alternatives. So that would be the texturized proteins I discussed earlier, or the high moisture meat analogs. Extruded puffs for snack foods, baby snacks, extruded chips, pet food and treats, or finding uses for upcycled ingredients or ingredient manufacturing. Most newly, we've also established a pasta extruder. So this is new to our team, but we have been working on this as well. So that's up and coming. And then fermentation and bioengineering. This department supports the development and commercialization of novel functional ingredients through both submerged and solid state fermentation systems with downstream processing capabilities. As mentioned earlier, this department will be housed in the Advanced Food Ingredient Center, which is our newest building. We are in the final stages of commissioning the downstream processing suite, but otherwise, everything else in this building has been running. This department has been assisting with fermented ingredients, probiotics, postbiotics, bioactive compounds, enzymes, crop inoculants, as well as bioproducts. So the Saskatchewan Food Center also offers engineering and process authority services. We assist clients with improving process efficiency through innovative process design and advanced manufacturing. These services include process flow review, equipment sourcing, process design, techno-economic analysis, process simulation modeling, life cycle analysis, and data-driven process optimization and controls. So the Food Crop Quality Program. The Food Crop Quality Program is a partnership with the Saskatchewan Pulse Growers to develop best management practices, or BMPs, for Canadian food-grade pulse crops and help with the development of plant-based ingredients and products. So this department focuses on crop quality evaluations, ingredient development, functionality, composition testing, developing standardized methods, as well as generating a database. So food safety training and skills development. The Saskatchewan Food Center supports companies with developing and implementing food safety programs within their own facilities. So people who are just starting up their manufacturing facilities or not sure what to do in regards to food safety, this team helps with that. So there are a variety of ways in which we can assist companies. There's online HACCP and GMP training. seminars, webinars, workshops, customized consulting, so facility-specific training, providing guidance on certification, supporting clients in preparing for audits, and assisting with internal audits. At the Saskatchewan Food Centre, we also provide food inspection services on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture, and this is specific to Saskatchewan-based abattoirs. So FEED, or Female Entrepreneurs of Agri-Food Development, this is a national nonprofit that is dedicated to supporting growth for women shaping the agri-food industry. This program was initiated at the Saskatchewan Food Centre, but it was previously known as the Awesome Program. So FEED is a free membership, and it offers a variety of support to female entrepreneurs in the agri-food industry. So things like mentorship and coaching, accelerator programs, podcasts and webinars, various networking events, community building events, and then general business development support for your business. So at the Food Centre, we also offer customized pathfinding services as we understand how hard it can be to navigate the food industry and how confusing it is. Since 1997, we have developed a vast network of industry professionals, organizations, and innovators that we can pull from to help connect you for whatever your needs may be. We support clients by providing customized solutions and assisting with informed decision-making, connecting industry partnerships, and providing networking opportunities. There is no fee for this service with the Food Centre. We are here to help and guide you as best as we can through the industry. When you first inquire with the Food Centre about starting a project with us, if it's something that we can't help you, we will try and help you find somebody who can, or find support in the industry, but we are here to help. So now that we've covered what we do at the Saskatchewan Food Centre, the question becomes, what does it look like to initiate a project with us? So as we offer so many different types of services, projects can look completely different from client to client, and project initiation can kind of differ as well. But for a typical client seeking to commercialize a product with the Food Centre, the flow goes from product idea to bench type prototype to pilot scale processing to commercial production. So when you first contact the Saskatchewan Food Centre to discuss your product, you'll likely be directed to go to our website to complete the prospective client form. This is a really quick survey, couple questions on your product idea, your company, and what you're hoping to do, what you think you need. And it just helps us to tailor our services to your project needs and better serve you. From there, we'll coordinate a more in-depth discussion. Usually this will be with some of our technical teams to determine your project details, start to define that project scope, and then outline the next steps. So at the Saskatchewan Food Centre, we do not take any position on IP. Everything we do is under confidentiality agreements, so your ideas are always protected. During this initial phase, we'll assign a non-disclosure agreement with you, or NDA, and then look to create a project contract. So this contract will then be drafted to outline the project costs, the expected activities, expected outcomes, as well as timelines. At this point, we'll also discuss funding opportunities with you and assess what you may or may not be eligible to apply for. So bench type prototyping. Once a contract has been signed, the project work will commence. So this typically involves our product development team, who will begin with a formulation development. So something to keep in mind as you think about products that you'd like to commercialize is that anything that you make in your home kitchen will not easily scale up to commercialization. So even if you're coming to us with your own formulation, you have your own recipe that you'd like to use, you're going to have to use a product development team to help fine tune that recipe in order to ensure that it can scale up beyond that benchtop home kitchen scale. This team will help to develop your formula, make sure that it can scale to pilot, and then ultimately commercialization volumes. So during this benchtop process, you and the product development team will kind of conduct sensory evaluations to ensure that the prototype is to your liking and that it matches what you're hoping for. So once you're satisfied with the prototype and it's it's everything that you wanted, you'll move to pilot scale processing. So the PD team will still work with you through this initial phase. So to begin this process, an initial mini pilot trial will occur. This will just assess how your product, process, and equipment manage together. This allows us to have a better understanding of your product before you fully commit to a true pilot scale run and those extra volumes. So once a true pilot scale has occurred, clients will then have true product that they can then commercialize, sell, or use in trade shows. So once clients have gone through those 3 steps, they've done the pilot scale processing, they're happy, they're maybe looking to increase their volumes or have more consistent product. A couple things might happen at this point. So they may enter into a commercial contract with the food center. We do co-manufacturing, so we can help with that. Some clients may be looking for volumes beyond what we can do here for their products, so they may find alternative co-manufacturers that better fit their volume requirements, which we're happy to assist with. Or clients may build their own facility, in which case we can help them through our engineering services. So again, this is a very general project flow. Not every project will fit into this from idea to commercialization, as we have many different projects that come through our doors. But if you'd like to start a project with the Food Center, feel free to contact me directly after this, or head to our website and fill out that prospective client form. Okay, so funding highlights. The product development program, as we briefly touched on in the beginning. So the product development program, or PDP, this is funded in part by the Government of Canada and Saskatchewan under the Sustainable CAP. It is administered on behalf of the Saskatchewan Food Center. I am the program coordinator of this program. Feel free to reach out to me directly following this webinar if you have any questions regarding this program. I'm happy to help. So the PDP seeks to catalyze the development of novel value-added products and processes that will significantly enhance the value of Canadian agricultural products in Saskatchewan. So the program supports food development, technical services, product demo, assessment and development of process, and manufacturing technology costs. Approved applicants can be reimbursed up to 50% of eligible project expenses to a maximum payment of $10,000 Canadian. A few things to keep in mind with this program is you must be a Saskatchewan applicant, so you must be paying taxes in Saskatchewan. You must be utilizing Canadian grown inputs in value add processing, and you must be utilizing a third-party facility. So that would be doing work at any contract manufacturer or research. So like the food center would be a great example of that, though it doesn't have to be at the food center. So some other noteworthy funding opportunities. NRC IRAP, the Industrial Research Assistance Program. This supports Canadian SMEs and technology-driven innovation. This is a program that we can apply to directly on your behalf at the Food Center. It is up to $10,000 in matching funds as well. The Natural Products Canada has a few different programs. They have the Proof of Concept and the Fast Track to Finance program. This is for Canadian SME, startups, and academic research. Lots more details on those programs, just go to their websites. Protein Industries Canada, or PIC, has the Technology Leadership and Capacity Building Program. This is for plant-based protein or anything protein based. These are collaborative projects, so you usually have to have a consortium. The Canadian Food Innovation Network has a couple different programs. The Innovation Booster, the Food Innovation Challenge, Food Tech Next. Government of Saskatchewan has several programs, SLIM, ADF, AIP, SRI, and then the Government of Canada has a few as well, so BSP, Agri-Innovation Program, Strategic Innovation Fund, Agri-Science, or CIIP. So this is not a comprehensive list at all, but is a really good starting point for those of you seeking funding in the industry who maybe don't know where to go next. But there are a lot of opportunities out there for funding, just to keep in mind. But Yeah, with that, that brings me to the close of my presentation. Please feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions regarding the funding, the product development program, or working with the Saskatchewan Food Center. But with that, I'll turn it back to Mehmet and we can start questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Great overview. Thank you again for the presentation. We have one question I see. Sorry, I missed this, but how is the food center funded? Is it a government-owned entity? If you like, I can explain that, Emily. This is basically a kind of not-for-profit incorporation, but we are partially funded by the government, both provincial government and as well as the federal governments through different programs. And it's basically we have a membership, and we have two members, Government of Saskatchewan as well as University of Saskatchewan. So basically, we are governed by two members and independent board of directors. The next one, Emily, is can the food center do certified peanut-free products?
We don't. So we are not a peanut-free facility.
Okay. So we can do basically a different type of allergens, but we have the complete cleaning systems and the CIP and overall our food safety systems provides us to do the changeovers with different type of products as we control the allergens in the process. Another one for you is how long does it typically take to go from product idea to commercialization?
And that can be so dependent, depending on the client, depending on the product. Each client is different, right? Maybe Mehmet, you can touch on this a bit too, but the timeline is kind of hard to give because the ideation stage can take longer for some or shorter for others. And it can really be very dependent on the client and the product.
What I can say, what I can say is basically it can be minimum like 2 months to 6 months, in some cases a couple of years. In general, basically it's just a matter of that the speed of the project and the approval by the client and how fast we can commercialize, or they take the product and go elsewhere for additional commercialization work. So the next one is if a company has received funding for a project and intended to use some of your services, would it be possible to engage the center as a project manager to oversee the project?
Depends on what that is.
I think so, yeah, I think so. Certainly we can do that. Again, this is a matter of details, discussing the details, but we can certainly support and then serve as a project manager depending on the activity and the type of the project.
Yeah, it really depends on the details of that specific scenario, but feel free to reach out to us maybe outside this call and we can discuss that a bit more in depth.
So hello, how many extruders and capacity to conduct projects at the center, Emily?
5 extruders, 1 single and 4 twin, as well as 1 pasta extruder. Mehmet, do you want to discuss more of the details?
We can, on the R&D side, we can do about 50 to 100 kg a day in terms of products. We have a 32 millimeter, 44 plus millimeter 2 Klexstrahl units. In addition, we have a 63 millimeter and a 75 millimeter units, and a single screw, more like a Colette Kurkuri type extruder, which we can do more like 200 to 300 kilogram a day. And then with the large scale, we can do several metric tons of products a day for our production services. We also, on the pasta side, we added a new capacity. We can do about 100 to 150, 160 kilogram up to product a day for primarily for R&D purposes and try different products. So the next one is, do you have any clients in the Indo-Pacific, and has the center been involved in CIIP projects? We do. I can answer that, Emily. We do receive guests, and over the years we work with clients from Indo-Pacific region. We still communicate and support our government high commissions in the countries there. our government of Saskatchewan offices and other connections and companies around the years, but I don't think we got involved in the CIIP projects in the past. The next one is, does the food center offer tour of the facility opportunities?
Yeah, reach out if you'd like to tour. We are happy to show you our facility anytime.
We'll be glad to do that.
Feel free to contact me directly after this call and we can set something up.
And then the other one is, what type of companies do you support? I think you explained that in the beginning, but if you like to repeat that again.
Yeah, all types of companies. We support clients who are just starting their journey. So entrepreneurs who don't yet really have their product defined yet, we help them with ideating that product sometimes. We help startups who are a bit more set up. We support small and medium companies, Fortune 500 companies. The types of companies can really range. Sometimes they're more agriculture based, sometimes they're more on the consumer packaged good, sometimes they're more academic or research. So it really just depends, but a little bit of everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Emily. With this one, this concludes our webinar. Again, thank you very much for all your efforts and this great presentation. Thank you everybody for joining. Oh, there's one more about, do you have regulatory review of product label service?
Yes, yeah, we do. Yeah,
we have that capability. We can support companies in terms of the CFIA or FDA, whether US or Canada, other regulations as best as possible. But definitely, we have a long-term relationship with CFIA that we can get their support if any questions in that too. There are a couple more questions coming, Emily. So,
yeah.
does the food center provide client consultation and support for marketing, retail replacement, or exports?
We help as much as we can, but we don't help with the marketing or graphic design side of things. We can help connect you to people who can do those things in the industry for sure.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of companies in the city, in the province, as well as in the region too, that we can connect with our ecosystem and partners in that. That shouldn't be a problem. Please reach out to Emily on that. Is a risk assessment also conducted for foods that contain new materials or apply innovative technologies? There must be foods that require a risk assessment before commercial production is possible. I think you may, mention about novel foods or some approvals from CFIA and Health Canada. Again, we can develop some of those, the structure and the technical information related to these dossiers, but we can help the companies to go to Health Canada, submit their dossiers, or CFIA to submit their dossiers, or FDA, CVM, or other organizations. There are several products, they can be novel. There are certain products they need to be registered. So that's a process. Again, it falls under our regulatory programs that we'll be glad to support.
Yeah, we're here to help with as much as we can. We have experts in kind of what feels like everything, kind of. We do try and consider ourselves a one-stop shop.
Yeah. Again, I think it's a really great round of questions. Thank you so much for everybody joining this morning and in the afternoon or wherever you are. Thank you. Thanks, Emily, again for the great insights and the presentation. Look forward to having you another Food Center webinar. Thank you.
Thanks so much.